Hey guys, and this is Reggie Williams with Stock Talk, and I'm bringing you a video today about max debit spreads, the safest way to trade options. Before we get started, real quick, don't forget to like and subscribe. I do a lot of videos on different subjects, mainly on little gems that I find with based off of technical analysis. I trade based off of technical analysis and chart patterns. So when I find a jewel, I do post it and list it, and so when I drop those gems, don't forget to like and subscribe, and you'll get notifications. So with that said, let's get going. So we're going to use Tesla as an example on how to do a max debit spread, right? So a max debit spread is doing you buy an option and you sell an option. So we're going to use Tesla. The reason why I like max debit spreads because if you've sold options, if you've done options trading before, you've been eaten by theta. Theta is options Greek. So let's go here. I'm in Etrade. This is a dummy account I have, so there's no money here or nothing like that. So nothing to steal if somebody wants to break into it. So the option Greeks. So if you're new to options, options do not trade like equities. There's a lot more to it to them. So these are your Greeks, right? So I had to pause for a cough break. So delta is how much the stock will move per dollar. So on this is an options chain. The stock will move 27 cents per dollar, and you have gamma and vega. So the most two important ones I just want to go over to keep the video short: delta and theta. See this negative? That means negative $2.48 per contract per day will be subtracted from the premium amount. So that's time value. That's so this subtracts. So equities doesn't do that. You can have equity forever. If the stock doesn't move, it stays what it is. This, if the stock doesn't move, it will still be worth less. Time decay is what theta is. So do a little homework on that if you don't know what time decay is. So debit spreads beats all these. So because like with Tesla, right? So this Tesla 27 cents per dollar, and then you have that's at 950, and then it so and it's $100, right? Because you get 100 contracts, so it's $27 per dollar, and but you lose $243 a day, right? And this actually got a little better, I think, because the VIX is down, so option chains are looking a little better now. So okay, so let's dig into it, right? So why would you use a debit spread? A debit spread is great if you don't have a lot of money, if you don't have you have a small account, and or if you like risk defined trades like I do. If you don't want to be able to say, hey, this is how much I'm risk losing, this is how much I will make if it hits my target price. And and the options doesn't give you that luxury because you got to calculate all the theta burn and it moves up and down and gamma and all this other stuff hurt Vega all this stuff hurt you. And so let's get into it. So let's say we have Tesla here, and Tesla closed at 880 today. So that will have us right around here. These are our Greeks, so we're gonna switch it off of Greeks and let's do calls. This is TD Ameritrade, and there will be a link. If you don't have TD Ameritrade, I highly recommend it. A lot of great tools. There'll be a link in this video, and there, so we both share the prize, the referral. They give you something, they give me something. So anyway, E-Trade, we have ask and bid, right? So if you don't know what this is, homework people, ask is how much you will buy it for. Bid is how much you will sell it for. So immediately when you buy this for $33.95, it will depreciate instantly by $25. Yes, by $25. 25 cents, excuse me, by 25 cents. So you buy here, you sell here. You buy retail, you sell wholesale. Okay, so keep that in mind. And so when you're doing a spread, we're going to buy one. So let's say let's hypothetically say you only have $500, right? So you have $500 to spend on this trade. Well, this option here is again, it's you go by hundredths, right? Because you go by 100 shares. One contract is 100 shares. So $33 is $3,395. This is how much money you got to have buy this option, right? But then some people will say, okay, well, let me go to the cheap seats down here, and you can get something way out of the money. That is the worst thing you can do. The worst thing you can do. Uh, because it will take forever and you still have that theta burn. So let's go back to the Greeks. And look at this theta burn. Theta burn, baby, burn. All right, so let's go down to the budget. Man, you got to scroll way down here to get to $500. All right, so right here, 500. Okay, that's still over our budget. Hang on. Okay, there, 497. So something's not right. Hang on. Tesla. Okay, here we go. I passed that. I was in the puts. Okay, so this is where you're at. Cheap seats right here. So Tesla will have to get to 1,000 strike price of $1,070 will have to be the strike price. In the meanwhile, while you're waiting for that to happen, your delta is $9, so it only goes up by $9 per dollar, and then your theta is $132, right? So that's great if like if you're confident that Tesla, like it's been doing the last few days here, Tesla is going to shoot up by like $40-$50 a day. Then hey, buy a naked option. But you're running the risk of if you start trading sideways for a few days or goes against you, it's going to be quite expensive. And it's really hard to sleep at night because you don't know the next day what Tesla's going to be doing, So, runs are nice. They're going nice little runs, but they don't last forever. There's no stock in the history of the stock market that's ran, 30, 40, 50, ran up 30, 40, $50 every day. It doesn't happen. So at some point, the music stops playing. So anyway, okay, so we had calls, right? So we had calls. And so we're gonna do a debit spread. So we're gonna looking for 500. So we're gonna buy here, and then we'll sell the next one down. And see this gap? So 880 and 890. So that's $10 wide. That's considered a $10 wide spread, and that $10 means the maximum you can make will be if it's both are in the money. You will sell this one and you're obligated to buy this one, right? So you're going to sell one and you're going to buy one, and there's a spread difference of $10 times 100. So that's $1,000. So the max potential here is $1,000 minus what you paid, right? So we're at. So let's see. This is let's use this one. So this is like at the money. Actually, it's in the money, isn't it? Okay, yeah, this is right at the money. It's an options chain here. So we're right at the money. We're doing January 15th. We're doing next week, according to today's video, the date of this taping. Okay, so the spread difference between this, so you're buying this one and you're selling this one. So you get a credit. So you get paid $3,370 to sell this one, but you're buying one too, right? And so you just got to pay the difference. So when you pay that difference, if you do it at the market, if you want to get this filled right away, you're going to pay $481, right? So this is how debit spreads work. So you pay $481 for one contract, and if you are positive and confident that Tesla by January 15th or your date will hit 890 plus, so long as the expires in the money. So it has to expire above $890. You will get credited $1,000 minus 481. So that's 500 and roughly about $520. You double your money, and you don't have to worry about theta burn. So Tesla, in the meanwhile, while you're waiting, Tesla could take a dump down here to like $800, and then I mean you're still holding, right? And then it could come back up again, which has happened to me before. You hold and it comes back up, and long as it, no matter what happens, it doesn't care what happens before the expiration date, as long as it expires above this sales price, right? The price you sold this one for, and you'll get 100% credit. That's why this is called a max debit spread, right? So let's see how that looks, right? Let's show you an example. This is option profit calculator. By no means is this 100% accurate as far as to the dollar, but it's good enough, right? So just be careful using this website. So I pre-did this one, right? So at Tesla, if we buy, okay, I had to fix that. So if on Tesla, if we buy a 880 call and we sell an 890 call, this is the chain. This is what it looks like. You see? Now you can still make money, right? So if you 890, so if it, let's say you're still in the green, if the next day your Tesla is under 890, so it's under the sales call, right? Long as it's above the one you bought. And look at this. With if it is this won't happen, but if it never moves, you still making money because that sale call is deteriorating. So theta actually works in your favor. Theta works in your favor. Look at this. So as time goes on, the numbers go up, and this is the max you can make is that 550. So no matter what, so if Tesla does go through the roof, you're capped at 550, but you've paid 450, right? Now let's look at the alternative. So if we went and got that cheap option, right? So if you say, "Well, I'm gonna spend my $500 and go way out the money," and Tesla will just catch up to it. The graph looks completely different. Look at this. See that red? Now you see the difference. Go back to this one. See how it's nice and clean and stable, and it's nice and flat. Like look at this. See, it's nice and flat. The green means you're making money. And then you go here to your naked option. This is if you just bought one call option. So if you bought that $500, oh, this is a 510. So if you bought that $510 call option by itself, this is why you're losing money. If you're buying naked options, and this is not just Tesla. This is other options too, especially high dollar options with high theta and stuff. But the ones with like low theta, it's not it's still the same, but not as bad. So look at here. If you go the 890, so if it shoots up to 890 on expiration date, you're losing money. So you don't make money. Your break even, it says right here, $1,065. So Tesla has to go up to 165 for you not to lose money. You're not really making money either. For you not to lose money. So if Tesla this is, and mind you, this is a Friday. Today's Friday, and this is still calculating the weekend. Theta burn doesn't calculate when the market's closed. So hypothetically, let's say this is Monday, and you have so it shoots up. So let's say it shoots up, you're making $328, right? So you still make a little less. So to make the same that the spread was making, you have to be above, you have to go up above $297. So if any of this is confusing, feel free to message me and I will respond. But you see the difference? This in the graphs. Look at this one and look at this one. Look at the difference in green. So here, so let's say Tesla gets let's say for some reason on the 15th, Tesla gaps up to 996. You're making 550, right? If it goes to 996 here on the 15th, you're losing money. You see that? You're losing money because of theta burn. So basically, naked options are good if you are swing trading, right? If that thing, if you're positive in the market direction, you just better be right, man. If you're positive in a direction and you know it's going to gap up a lot, then naked options are good, or options with low theta burn. But if you're wrong, see this like over here, the debit spread allows you time to recover, right? Like if it goes up and then it comes back down, negative, 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 it goes up, you're back in the money, right? If you're wrong, there's more room for error. Here on a naked option, there's no room for error. It has to go up. And one rule of trading, no one has the right to tell a stock which way to go. So I love using debit spreads. So this is why I use debit spreads. This is my explanation of how they work and when to use them. If you have any questions, let me know. But max debit spreads are a safe way of trading stocks such as Tesla, or even like maybe their earnings. If I don't really like using these on earnings either. But if you're positive on a direction, and when it expires, like if earnings is on a Friday, I guess, and you're positive on a direction, but you don't want to get beat by theta, this is the way to go. The debit spread is the tool for you. This is Reggie Williams with Stock Talk. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.